Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a really chill, casual video. I just received this order that I placed with Jackson's Art Supplies for some items that I haven't used before. Now, I asked you guys in the community tab what you'd like to see me try out, so some of these are suggestions from you guys, and I think some of them I picked myself, but most of them are suggestions, and then of course I selected the colors. Here is the itemized list of what I got ordered. So there's paper samples, watercolor sticks, Jackson's brand brushes, because I was curious about those, the Core watercolor medium watercolor ground, so that's going to be interesting to try out, as well as 2 pans of the Roman Szmal Aquarius watercolors. Now, I've heard good things about these watercolors, but I don't need a lot of them, so I just ordered 2 colors that I know that I'll like. So the first big package here, these are the white synthetic brushes. This is Jackson's own brand, and I really like the sort of simple packaging. I really like the typography as well, which is a bit nerdy, but yeah, I like how they package their brushes. These have quite long handles, which I didn't pay attention to when I ordered them, but they were quite inexpensive and they look nice. I usually prefer short-handled brushes, but that's just me. And it says here that this is compostable cellophane. So I think I sort of expected that. The compostable cellophane has a particular feel to it. But that's good to know for those of you looking to decrease on your plastic waste production. Unfortunately, we don't have a compost system here in the town that I live in. The town is just too small. It's not economically feasible, but I'll recycle what I can. Next up, this is the Core watercolor ground, and I was looking at the instructions and it says let dry for 24 to 72 hours. So I'm not going to be able to try this out in this video, but what I'll do is I'll put it on something in the coming week and then do a whole video about what it's like to paint on this watercolor ground. I think I will probably use it on some masonite or another type of board like that, maybe just chipboard, and then I will see what it's like. So nice big tub of this stuff, and it wasn't really that expensive either. This here is the Winsor & Newton watercolor sticks. I have never used these before. We'll just pull them out here. So basically they're solid watercolor, and yeah, this one is, I believe, Payne's Gray. Sepia. Actually, it's sepia. I ordered sepia for that one, and this one is quinacridone gold. So 2 little bits of watercolor sticks from Winsor & Newton. They're very small. I like the box that they came in. I might keep this to store them so that they don't get wrecked. This one here, they're so far in there. All right. These are the Roman Szmal colors, and I got mineral violet and quinacridone gold. So I got quin gold in both of these colors. I love quin gold. It's just, it's beautiful. And I got the mineral violet because it has really nice separation and granulation. So I'm excited to try both of these out. And then this little package here This is the St. Cuthbert's Mill watercolor sample set. So this is what I'm going to be playing with today, and we'll save the watercolor ground for a future video, probably going up on Halloween, I would guess. So look forward to that, as long as it all dries in time. All right, so I've unpacked all of the papers, and I like that some of them, it's going to be hard to tell on the camera here, but some of them are an off-white, like a warm white, rather than a really bright white. And I think that's cool, and I think I'd like to try out one of these today. Oh, hi Mina. And here's my cat. This is my new cat, Mina. She's very curious. And we adopted her from a local shelter. She's 2. And yeah, she likes to see what I'm doing. So as long as she doesn't eat the camera, I think we're good. Hi, Mina. All right, well, Mina's slightly out of the way, so let's try out this watercolor stick first. So I'm sure there's multiple ways that you can use this. See ya, Mina. But I'm gonna try out, gosh, I don't know. So I'm gonna start, it's quite stiff actually. Let's see. I'll save this for something nicer and try it out on here. So I guess you can use it sort of like a watercolor pencil. It's like a or a water-soluble pastel. And I'll dry off my brush here, but you can also set it up in a palette the way I did and use it that way. And that's not bad at all. Okay. Let's try the sepia. And I've decided to do little like apples. One, because it's fall, but also because I just made an apple crisp and it's literally in the oven right now. Honestly, that's pretty cool. I personally wouldn't use it with the palette. You know, if you're going to go that way, you might as well just buy tube watercolors or pan watercolors, because, you know, you're not earning anything special by using these. But if you're using them like a pastel and you want that sort of blend of dry media texture and wet media texture, then this is really, it's a cool way to do it. And I like that it's, you know, it's a watercolor specifically to be a watercolor rather than a water-soluble crayon or pastel or pencil that is trying to be 2 things at once, if that makes sense. But yeah, those are quite cool, and they would be really good for a portable watercolor sketching setup or something like that, because, you know, these are solid. You can throw them in something. Mina, what you doing? She really likes the printer. yeah. Now let's see how the Roman Szmal Quin Gold compares to this other Quin Gold. If I open this up here. Welcome back, Mina. Excuse you. No, that's mine. Here, sit. Sit. Good girl. Sorry, the cat's in my light. I meant to film while she was napping, but then I ended up on a call with my brother instead. All right, so that, yes, you want my garbage. I know. I know. Yes, be gone. Be gone. Mina, honey, don't do that. That's paint water. Yes. Well, I guess I could talk about being an artist and having a new cat as her tail takes over the entire frame. The first day I freaked out really bad. We brought her home and I was like, oh my God, because we also have a lizard, and he didn't really appreciate her walking around near his cage. And the problem is I live in a small house where we can't really keep Mina out of everything. And she's very well behaved. She's just curious. She just likes to know what's up. She hasn't eaten anything bad or anything like that. But yeah, like we have 3 rooms that we could put her in, right? And we don't want to do that. We stick her in there if, you know, we have to move stuff in and out of the house or whatever, like moving furniture so she doesn't run off. But yeah, our art room, our studio, is sort of open concept, like attached to our living room and our kitchen. So it's all just one big room. So I'm sure she will appear on future filming endeavors because, you know, unless she's asleep, there's really nowhere to put her, and I wouldn't want to put her away. I like having her around. You know, I had my one brief, you know, panic, and that's just because change is weird, and it's always gonna be weird. But she's lovely, and she's warming up to us, and she even, you know, had like a cuddle on the couch and the bed last night. It was really nice. So yeah, she's good. I'm glad we adopted an adult cat rather than a kitten. 'Cause, I mean, I guess obvious reasons, kittens are nuts, and Mina only gets crazy around like 7 or 8 p.m. That's when she does her like zoomies around the house, but even then she still hasn't broken anything, so, you know, I've never had a cat before. I've always wanted a cat. Now I have a cat. She's really nice, and Finn likes her too. He calls her his princess, which is super nice. All right, so I'm gonna just say it right here. This is a quinacridone gold. I don't know what this is really trying to be. It's a sad quin gold. But I like the sepia a lot. It's a very classic sepia, and it would be really fun for quick sketches or like portraits or life drawing, and then you get to use the water after the fact to add a little bit of extra oomph to the piece. So would I recommend the Quin Gold Winsor & Newton stick thingy? Nah, buy the Roman Szmal instead. This was probably cheaper. I'm not sure if it was. I forget, but it probably was. Next, let us try the Mineral Violet. I really like that, even though this is a brand that's sort of, They're a new-ish brand, but they're starting to produce in large quantities. However, they are still using just, you know, watercolor paper with an actual swatch on it for their pans. That's really a detail that I appreciate. All right, and we'll try out this guy here. And these re-wet really nicely. This paper's really nice too. I was like, oh, this is probably not a texture I will buy, but actually I really dig it. That is a really pretty color. All right, Mina, you gotta be careful because there's wet paint. Ah! All right, she didn't touch any of it. Didn't touch any of the wet paint. Very good artist cat. All right, and here are my tests with the Jackson's brand Akoya synthetic brushes, and I like them. They're not really watercolor brushes. They're quite stiff. I'll show you here. They're quite stiff, and for that reason, I'm going to reserve them for gouache and acrylic. Synthetic is good for both. But yeah, I like how they feel in the hand. They're just not watercolor brushes, that's all. But would I recommend them? Yeah, sure. If you're making an order from Jackson's and you need some nice stiff synthetics for acrylic or gouache or oils, I like them. They feel really nice. They sound nice. And they look nice. Perfect. So here are those first tests, pretty much dry, and you can see that separation in the mineral violet really clearly, where it switches from the sort of warm color that's coming out to a cooler color. That's gorgeous. That's a really beautiful inky purple. The Quin Gold, really nice. The Quin Gold in the Winsor Newton, not very exciting. Pretty plain. I would say it's more like a gold ochre, frankly, but it's fine, and the sepia is fine. But these Roman Szmal colors, I really like them, so I'm going to paint something on this nice off-white paper with the Roman Szmal watercolors. I'll throw on some music and just let you watch and enjoy. I have a little bit of cattail footage for the very end if you stick around. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!
you.